here. So that's an anaerobic layer. So what's anaerobic mean? There's not a drop of oxygen in there. And why? It's because when water hits here, it tries to go down, and it goes down to right there, and then it stops. It cannot keep going, and it's because of this material that's underneath there. You know, it does have a lot of sand in it, but that's because of our years and years of aerification. The water still isn't going all the way through. So when we talk about weeping greens, this is what we mean. The water will go down, but it reaches a certain layer and just holds. So what happens there also is we have roots, they come up, they don't need to go down, right? Here's all the water. So where's the water also go? Can't keep going down, so it goes sideways. And when it goes sideways, it goes out into the surrounds. This is a surround. So then it just sits right there. So see, look at that. That's just solid black. So if we let this dry out, you could throw this at some of those horses and get them scared. So here's our root. That's a half-inch Kentucky bluegrass plant, and that's all the roots we got. So that's terrible. Really, we should have roots about that deep on a half-inch plant, right? So let's see. Back to 2 green. Let me give you a little example here. This is what happens. Water hits the top. See, it just rolls off. See, it doesn't go down, right? So what happens when that happens? So here's all the roots we got. So we may have roots to here. So this time of year is fine. We're nice and cool, you know, no problem. But your black layer is a huge problem. So if it gets hot, those roots are going to be about right here. If it gets hot, there's no root. So this starts desiccating out, and that's when you get thinner areas. You know, the plants aren't this thick, then you'll have those little dots here and there. Horrible putting surface, correct? So let's compare that to number 8. This is number 8 right here. And that's what roots look like on a USGA green. I probably broke at least 2 inches of roots off of that, mainly because my cutter would not pull it out of there.
And that's only 18 months, right?
18 months, yeah. So this is last year's green surface. Now, let's also look. We talked about the layering problem here, and this is also out of one of our push-up greens. And you really can't see it. Well, I can't see it, but there's little bitty layers all through here. And what that means is water just sits there for a while before it either dissipates or goes sideways. So, and you have a lot of that below here too. You don't have that in this green. Now you have it right here, but that's because of our water. So I know most of y'all will probably run a water sample at your house, extremely, extremely hard. That means the water's not going to keep moving. It sits because it grabs onto these soil particles. So what you still have to do is you still have to aerify to get through these little layers, but you don't have to aerify as severe as these things, right? So let's just try our experiment on this one. So it sits there on the top for a bit, but as you can see, it'll slowly go in, where on here, it would just roll off or it would just stay up there on the top. And now we're going to soak down through there. And then, let's see, what else was I going to show you on that? I think that is about it. Yeah, see, now it's already gone.